No, 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 no. No! No, Jackie! Please!
Showtime's Yellowjackets is back for its third season in 2025, but will it score a season 4 renewal? Created by Ashley Lyle and Bart Nickerson, the hit thriller stars rising talents like Ella Purnell and Sophie Thatcher. The story kicks off in 1996 when a New Jersey high school girls soccer team heads to Seattle for a national tournament, only for their plane to crash deep in the Canadian wilderness. Stranded for 19 months, the survivors do whatever it takes to stay alive, including turning to cannibalism. The series also jumps forward to 2021, where the now-adult survivors are still grappling with the dark secrets of their past. With its mix of psychological drama, horror, and mystery, Yellowjackets keeps fans hooked. Season 3 cranks up the tension as the stranded girls in 1996 lose all sense of civilization while facing a brutal summer. Meanwhile, in 2021, the survivors are desperately trying to keep their dark past buried, all while dealing with new dangers. Despite the long wait, Yellowjackets is still one of TV's hottest shows, which bodes well for Season 4. And trust me when I say that the odds of renewal look pretty strong for this blood-soaked thriller. After episode 6, it's clear that this might be the biggest plot twist of the season, bringing back some much-needed intrigue to Yellowjackets. As Season 3 approaches its final stretch, Thanksgiving Canada finally starts connecting the dots from earlier episodes. With Coach Ben receiving an unexpected reprieve thanks to a vision from the wilderness, and adult Misty and Shauna beginning their hunt for Lottie's killer, the rising body count raises serious questions about who will make it out alive. Sophie Thatcher's Nat takes center stage in the wilderness storyline, and with her career on the rise, it makes sense for the show to lean into her character. However, while Yellowjackets attempts to give Nat a compelling emotional arc, it doesn't land as strongly as it could. The episode delivers some gruesome moments, but true breaking points for the characters have been scarce. Thatcher delivers a solid performance, yet there's a growing sense that even the cast might be losing confidence in the show. Many character arcs have felt stagnant since the end of Season 2, and Yellowjackets could benefit from giving them more room to develop. Callie, for instance, immediately pulling out the tape upon hearing about Lottie's death feels a little too convenient, especially since it hadn't been mentioned in quite some time. While Callie has often been one of the least compelling characters, her growing resemblance to Shauna this season has added some intrigue. However, her motivations in Thanksgiving Canada remain unclear. Is she genuinely interested in understanding her mother, or is her curiosity about the past simply rooted in morbid fascination with cannibalism? Shauna's present-day storyline is another example of Yellowjackets struggling to maintain momentum. Melanie Lynskey consistently delivers one of the show's strongest performances, yet her character feels underutilized this season. The same can be said for much of the cast, as the sheer number of ongoing plot threads makes it difficult to stay engaged with all of them. As a result, key details such as Callie's tape are easily forgotten, and the direction of certain character arcs feel unclear. In the wilderness timeline, now that winter has passed, the group has settled into survival mode too comfortably, making it harder for the show to establish real conflict. Coach Ben's storyline took an interesting turn in episode 6, eliciting some sympathy for his character, but his arc has felt stagnant for a while. His story arguably reached its natural conclusion last season, and his continued presence feels like the show is stalling for time. The power shift hinted at in this episode had the potential to be a major turning point, but it unfolded with surprising ease, missing an opportunity to heighten the tension. Since the moment Shauna first picked up a knife, it has felt inevitable that she would rise as a leader. While the final moments of this episode complicate the trajectory, it's satisfying to see the story finally reach this point. However, the resolution of Nat and Ben's moral dilemma felt overly neat, reinforcing the sense that Yellowjackets has lost some of its narrative focus. If all of these disjointed and underwhelming choices don't build towards something significant, the season may struggle to deliver a satisfying payoff. For the first time all season, Yellowjackets delivered a genuine surprise in Thanksgiving Canada. While Lottie's sudden death felt more frustrating than intriguing, the unexpected narrative turn still managed to grab attention. That said, it raises the question of how the show plans to escalate things as the season finale approaches. The cannibalism angle has long been established and the supernatural elements remain just out of reach. So what exactly is the big reveal still to come? What could possibly be more shocking than what has already been shown? Looking ahead, Taisa's present-day storyline stands out as one of the most intriguing aspects. The show has dropped hints that she may not fully be in control, and it might be interesting to see where that leads. This episode also shifted the balance between past and present, making the wilderness timeline feel more engaging than it has in previous episodes. While Yellowjackets can be frustrating, it deserves credit for taking bold narrative swings and keeping viewers guessing. Episode 6 certainly reignited some curiosity, though it also left plenty of lingering questions. Now let's talk about a disturbing Yellowjackets theory that might explain who really killed Lahi, and honestly, it makes way more sense than it seems. Lahi's death in Season 3 was shocking, but what's even weirder is how little explanation the show has given. In Episode 3, Walter shows Misty a photo of Lahi lying at the bottom of a staircase surrounded by candles. The medical examiner ruled it an accident, citing debris under her nails as evidence she tried to catch herself. But given how dark Yellowjackets is, it's hard to believe she just fell. Most fans are convinced she was murdered. There are clues that point to foul play. Before her death, Lahi was seen practicing an apology in the mirror, strange for someone usually so unwavering in her beliefs. Whoever she was planning to confront might have had a reason to push her. Plus, the candles around her body felt ritualistic, similar to Travis's death in Season 1. In the wilderness timeline, Lahi was a powerful, almost cult-like figure deeply tied to their cannibalistic ways. That influence could have made her a major threat to both those who know the truth about the Yellowjackets and the survivors themselves. It's clear that Yellowjackets Season 3 is teasing a possible stalker behind Lahi's death, but with all the shocking twists, many fans think one of her friends did it, especially Taisa. Tai's behavior has been more unpredictable than ever. She was willing to sacrifice a stranger to the wilderness, saw a server's death as a supernatural sign, and even vanished for an hour in NYC with a sketchy excuse. But what really makes her suspicious is her other personality. It's violent, eerily calm, and has a history of attacking people, including Van and her own dog. If Tai truly believes the wilderness decides their fate, she or her other might have thought Lahi had to go. But some fans think Shauna had just as much motive. Lahi manipulated her way into Shauna's house, got close to Callie, and even gave her Jackie's necklace, a symbol from their past rituals. When Shauna saw Callie wearing it, she snapped and kicked Lahi out. Now, despite helping investigate Lahi's death, could she be covering her tracks? Shauna has never shied away from violence. She helped frame Ben Scott, was the first to eat Jackie's corpse, and stabbed a man without hesitation. As an adult, she even killed her lover with little remorse. If she thought Lahi was a threat to Callie, would she have taken her out? Absolutely possible. With this season ramping up the intensity, we'll likely get answers before the finale, or they might save it for Season 4. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. See you next time!